Hello everyone, welcome to the Shishirvardhan podcast. Today we will be talking about how you can use your emotions to to become successful, to get things done, and along with it we will be talking about how your tiny habits, what does it mean? It means small things you do in your life becomes the reasons of your major massive success. So we'll start with the emotions. I have not read many books on the emotions, but what I believe is, okay, when it comes to books, whenever you see someone, highly successful entrepreneur or some highly successful creator, they talk about reading books. What miss, they miss the most important thing. And what is that? That thing is that whenever you are thinking about reading a book, you are not just reading. Okay, what's the intention of reading the books? Your intention is to learn. Okay, then what is learning? I define learning is not exposing to the information. Now, when you are reading a book, what's happening over there is that you are being exposed to the information which is valuable, which can be life changing. But that is not learning to me. What is learning? Learning means when you execute that information, because that's when you learn. So, when you are executing, you are experiencing something. So, what would happen there? When you will experience something, you will realize that no, this is not happening to me. What I mean here is when you start experiencing the things, you will realize that you will disagree with a lot of things written in the books because you experience something different. And why it happens? Because you are a different human being. You have different experiences, you have different thinking patterns. So, whatever the author wrote, it can be correct for a lot of people, but it is not for you. So, you form your own opinions, your own way of doing the things. That's why I always say that go and experience the things. And if you don't know how to experience, so go and read the books to execute the learnings, whatever written in the books, to experience, because experiences teaches you. You can't become master of sales without doing the sales. You can't become a great video editor without editing the videos. So you have to do the thing. So when it comes to emotions, I have not read any books. I have experienced a lot of things which I am willing to share here and how I use those emotions in my work. Now, many people say, even the successful people say that there is no use of emotion in the business. You should not be emotional. And they are right, they are correct. But what they miss is that emotions are the most important part of a business. You take any successful people out there, they were driven by emotions. Now, being emotional and being impulsive, that's a complete two different things. If you are being impulsive because of your emotion, for example, you got angry and you started doing something because you got angry. So that is impulsive reaction. That is your impulsive behavior, which you should learn how to control. That's not emotion, right? So, for example, you got angry and you didn't do anything. You worked. You you learned how to put your anger into the work. So now you love your anger. You don't fight with your anger or your hate or your sadness. You love your emotions. There is a lot of negativity with these words, sadness and lust and anger. That I want to remove this from my personality. It will never happen. You will be angry. You will be sad. You will be so much happy. It will keep coming to you. So if it will keep coming to you, so why you want to make those emotions your enemy or something you don't like? You must learn how to embrace these emotions, because these emotions in your initial days or even in your whole life works as a driving factor. These emotions drives you to find your meaning, find your mission, find your vision. The problem is that many people don't see them as their own parts. They see their sadness as their enemy. They see their anger as their enemy. They are not. You are letting them to become You are letting them to become your enemy, meaning you are letting anger to become your enemy when you do anything impulsive just because you are angry on someone. And listen me out, if you get angry because of someone, you are saying to yourself that I got angry because of this person. No, you got angry because of yourself, because of your maybe childhood patterns, because of something happened in your past or something you are scared of. It's always you. And when you learn how you can control these emotions, or how to master this emotion, and particularly how to use these emotions to your own use, you will be unstoppable. You will not fight with these emotions. This will be part of your personality. Now, many people say that I get angry. I am an angry person. That's not your problem. The problem is that you don't know how to use it. And okay, now talked about me, what kind of person I am. I have always felt since childhood that I feel too much, or I have this I have this ability to feel emotions of others, and my emotions. I'm kind of an emotional guy. And when I was starting out and wanted to be an entrepreneur, getting into the business world, many people told me that there is no use of emotions in this world of entrepreneurship, because you have to be strong. So to me, after I heard those people, to me the meaning of strong meant meaning of meaning of meaning of strength meant no emotions. The meaning of strength meant to me no emotions. It means that meaning of strength is no emotions. So I thought that I should not have any kind of emotions. I started believing that I have no emotions, but of course we all have emotions. We all feel things. We all get sad. We all are frustrated. Get stressful. But I was teaching myself not to have any kind of emotions, and I was wrong in that thing, because now I know those emotions are the core driving factors. And if you are having those emotions, and if you feel that I should not have emotions, you should have emotions. You will always have emotions. That's what makes you what you are. You will have what you need to do is understanding them. Now, what happens? Okay, let's understand it by an example. What should you do to control your emotions? For example, in this age, you get angry over something, right? And you just want to do something to kill this anger, or you want to save yourself from this anger. That's the mistake you will do, or you may do, or you are doing. Saving yourself from anger, fighting against the anger. Anger is your part, okay? Suppose there is someone you love. There is someone, okay, not love. Suppose there is a part of you, a part which defines you. What would you do? Will you try to make it better, or will you just kill it? Will you kill your part? No, you will try to make it better. So anger is your part. Now what would happen? Suppose you're getting angry. What would you do? You won't do anything. The anger will make you do a lot of things which you will regret. Okay, let's understand. When you regret over the things, when the anger sits down silently, and when anger sits down silently, it is not making you do anything. It is silent. And you realize when you get your senses back that I done something wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said this thing to my parents. I shouldn't have done this thing. I should have thought about it rationally. Everyone does that. After doing it, they regret. So what should you do? Now, I have not read anything. It worked for me. It may work for you. Listen me out. For example, you are getting angry. What you should do? You should close your eyes. And it worked for me, and I want you to try it. It will work for you too. Close your eyes. When the anger is trying to control you and is trying to making you do things, you don't have to do anything. Don't think about anything. Just close your eyes. When you close your eyes, that anger is in you. Try to see that anger in you. What would you see? You will see that there is kind of a disturbance, conflicts going on inside yourself. And the cause of that conflicts and disturbance is anger. Take it anger as a person who is angry. For example, a person who is angry. What you do in when you get angry, or someone gets angry, you say to him that don't get angry. It's okay. It happens. What would happen? That person will say, you don't get me. Why should I calm myself down? I am angry right now. What the hell you are saying? The same thing happens to your anger, your emotion of anger, which is inside yourself. When you try to calm it, when you try to fight it, first of all, when you try to calm it, it won't get calm because the emotion is angry. So what you should do, for example, that person who is angry, what would you say to him? You will say to him that, okay, you should be angry about this thing. You should be angry. You should do these things. What would happen? He says, yes, I should. Yeah, I am angry. He will agree with you. This is the same thing you should do with yourself, with your emotion, which is inside you. You should say to yourself that you should be angry at this moment. You are doing right. I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting against my emotion. I'm not fighting against my anger. I am agreeing with my anger that, yeah, I deserve to be angry right now. I should be angry right now. It totally makes sense to be angry at this situation. What you are doing here, you are calming the anger by bluffing it. You are playing a game with your emotions. You are playing with your mind. You are playing with your emotions to calm down by agreeing with it. So what would happen? It will, when the anger starts agreeing with you, and within that time period when you are agreeing with anger, don't let anger make you do something. Just stay there and give the reasons why you should be angry or why anger is right. So when the anger, it means your part, understand that, okay, I should be angry, it will calm down. It will sit. And when it will sit, it won't control you. And at that moment, you will have your senses and you can control your anger. It means that you are still angry, but the anger is sitting down and listening to you because you are agreeing that I know I should be angry at this moment. You get that hold, you get that control of your anger. I did this, it worked to me. I had lots of emotions, I had lots of disturbance in me. I controlled them by this. And it doesn't happen in just one day. Many times, anger will understand that you are trying to play a game with it, and it will completely make you do a lot of things you won't be able to control. But after practicing, it happens that you will be able to control that emotion. Now, you may ask that why can't I fight with this specific emotion? Because emotions are much stronger than you. If you are driven by emotions and if you know how to use emotion correctly, you are unstoppable, you are dangerous. Imagine a movie, okay? In a movie, there is a woman who has a beautiful daughter, and someone killed his daughter and raped her. What would happen? What happens next in the movie? We are imagining this thing. That woman who was harmless, who was weak, he was possessed by the emotion of revenge, by the emotion of hate, that she wants to kill those people who did that thing to her daughter. Now, of course, this may sound extreme, but we are trying to understand the power of emotion. They are so powerful. So what happened next in the movie? That woman killed those people, everyone, one by one. The emotion made her do that. she became so dangerous that she killed everyone. This is the power of emotion, and you can't win against emotion. You have to make emotions your friend or someone you can control. And these are your parts. So it means they are the superpowers inside yourself. And we all know that with great superpowers comes great responsibility, and the responsibility and the ability to control them. And when we are not able to control our superpowers, superpowers control us. It means superpowers can make us do some wrong things, something that we don't want to do. So it's a superpower which you should learn how to control, because when you learn how to control this power, you are the hero. You can get things done. This is why I always say that why emotion matters, why you should learn about emotions, why it's always about emotion. I know you may disagree with me on a lot of things, or it may not work for you, but I think if you try it, you will understand the power of emotions. You will understand that how these things works. And why I am saying this? Because I have experienced it, and I still practice these things. And I always say that emotions are necessary. They they should be addressed with the right approach, because this is the superpower we all have. And if you are going through some harsh phase, so there are lots of emotion inside yourself. If you have faced some kind of tragedy in your life, if you have lost your loved ones, if you have seen those bad time, you have this superpower, and the superpower have become more powerful, but you don't know how to use them because you let those emotions, you let that superpower control you. So what I am trying to teach here is that learn these emotions, embrace those emotions. Those emotions define you. Those emotions are part of you. They are not your enemies. They are your they are your powers. So when I had this idea, when I experienced this, I wanted to share with someone. So I teach high school students. High school student means the students of 10th, 11th, 10th standard, 11th standard. So I teach them. What I teach, I don't teach emotions. I teach about English, social studies. So I had this idea. I shared this idea with them, and they were like, okay, we will try this. This sounds interesting. No one has told us. No one has told this before. So one of those students tried it, and it worked for him. He said that I experienced it. I experienced the emotion completely, that I was crying. He was experiencing sadness. He was not fighting against experience. He was not fighting against sadness. He was experiencing and embracing sadness, that he cried. And when he cried, the sadness set. He is still sad. And now when when the sadness has set down, he can use the sadness to his own use, to become successful, to get things done, to stay focused. And that will define him. That will make him more powerful. So it worked for me. It worked for one of my students, and it may work for you. So if it worked for you, then DM me on Instagram, mail me. I would love to have a chat with you, that how it worked. Did it really work, or is there something new you found about yourself or about the emotions? I would love to have a talk with you. So thank you guys for listening me, and let's meet in another episode.